I spend my days walking through the forest and meadows and among the trees and streams by a lake. And what I do is I practice walking meditation. I'll either walk in silence and just get real connected to the world around me. Besides that, I'll listen to, I've got this phone that I'm talking into, and I use it as a tool rather than an escape. But I'm able to listen to MP3s on it, so I put like the Tao Te Ching on it and 59 Lojong slogans and a lot of the sutras from the Buddha and the various translations of the Bible and all kinds of other scriptures and sutras like that. I listen to teachings once in a while from modern teachers, but my main crux of what I listen to is probably the sutras and the scriptures, things like that have been around for years that the new teachers seem to reference all the time anyway. And I consider my life, it's very simple. I don't have a lot of money, nor do I pursue it. I don't have a lot of things, nor do I want them. And my life seems to go deeper rather than being all spread out. I go deeper into the moment. I go deeper into the present, deeper into the presence of the Lord, deeper into the presence of life. I'm able to connect with the body of Christ, with the Sangha, with the body of humanity, the body of being, in a much deeper way. When I'm around people, instead of being lost in my head or making judgments about them, I'm actually listening to them. I'm actually smelling them. I'm actually seeing all those intricate expressions on their face that hint at what they're feeling, without judging, just noticing. I mean, a smile's obvious. The difference between a fake one and a real one is pretty obvious if we'll just look. And we can see if they're happy or trying to put on that impression, or if they're smiling, they're just openly sad, or, it's not so hard. If we'll just look, if we'll just listen, if we'll just be present, And so I find that the abundance of life isn't in the pursuit of things outside of what's here. The abundance of life isn't in the pursuit of things that I haven't got yet. Happiness isn't found in attachment to things or aversion to things. It's found in being, because that's what we basically are, right? And the bigger our being gets, not our accumulation, not our collecting, not our grasping after and trying to solidify and hold on to, not that, but our being happy, our being joyful, our being at rest and at peace and right with what's here. When we're right with what's here, everything's all right, because everything that is right here. Everything that is right here. I'm in the middle of it. I'm part of it. There's no distance in being. right? There's no distance in being. Now, men may call the other side of the world someplace else, but it's not. Because there's no disconnection in the world itself. I can walk, I can travel all around it without leaving it, right? So it's one world. You know, if I would walk halfway across the world and fall into outer space, then I might begin to entertain that idea of separation, but even then, it would still all be one thing. But it's not, and I can walk and float and fly through the entire earth without ever leaving the earth. You know, and the earth is in space, and there's no separation from the earth and the universe because it's within it. There's no separation between earth and heaven. That's why Jesus has us pray, let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven, because they're the same. They're the same. There's no place to go. There's nothing to get. Everything that God has for you is right here, right now. It's always been. You've always been. And when you finally sit with what's here in silence and stillness, and don't resist it, but just let yourself flow into it, let it flow into you, as if one put a drop of dye in the water, and the water turns red, and the dye loses itself in it. Be like that. Let yourself become like that drop of dye in the water. See yourself like that. And know that wholeness, and know that completeness that knows no end, that has no beginning, that's not subject to corruption, that's not subject to what men call disease. To where there's nothing lame in not having a foot present. To where there's nothing whole in having both feet present. Do you see it? Can you grasp that? You can't be made whole because you already are. You can't be healed because you already are. By His stripes we were healed. That's the past. We were, so we are. We don't get unhealed. This isn't that kind of healing that comes and goes. This isn't that kind of healing that comes and goes. This is the real thing, you know. So just be it. Just breathe in and smell the air. Just open yourself to the warmth of the sun. When you sip water, sip it, don't gulp it. Let it sit in your mouth a minute and sense how it refreshes the body when you're thirsty, right? Chew your food. Taste it. Feel it as it goes down into your stomach. Really get in touch with it as it leaves your body. Sense that, how it leaves your body. Through excrement, and through sweat, and through energy that it becomes. You're already totally sensitive to it all if you'll just let yourself be. How can you become more sensitive to it than being it? So as we abandon ourselves to being what's here, we become more sensitive, right? And this is the resurrection. This is the life that Jesus talked about. He is that sensitivity to the life that's here now. He talked about the times, the end times, when great suffering would come upon the world. And he said that during that time, the love of many would grow cold, the sensitivity of many would grow dull. And other religions call this time the Kali Yuga, time of darkness, where people just aren't in touch with what's here. They're lost in their own little worlds, pursuing their own little missions, and trying to be something that they already are, or trying to be something that they're not. Both are just opposite ends of the ego, aren't they? But here, where I walk, the grass is green. I'm rich. I'm rich in my feet, walking on this, bare feet, walking on this green grass, sensing my connection to the ground beneath me. I'm rich in my feeling of warmth of the sun on my skin. I'm rich in the feeling the refreshment in of the air and the different odors and scents that it brings. Not resisting any of them, they all become something that I can be with and appreciate. It's all right. It's all right if you'll just be it. Jesus told us this. St. Paul told us this. He said, to the pure, all things are pure. But those that are defiled even in their mind and their consciences, and that's what makes the world a dirty place, is thinking that it is. Because the dirt under my feet isn't dirty, it's sacred ground. It's holy ground. It's holy ground. That means it's whole. It's complete. It's connected. It's integrated. It doesn't know separation. God never kicked us out of the garden. We just lost consciousness of it. It's here. It's now. Just let go. Just let go. Just surrender. Stop trying to be sensitive, because when you do that, you become sensual. You chase after a feeling. And the sensuality makes life unbearably hard and miserable. And we suffer a lot when we try to produce a feeling or attach ourselves to a feeling or an outcome. Don't resist it. Don't resist. There's nothing to resist. That's what the devil is resistance. When we resist, we're like the devil. The devil resisted God. The devil wanted to be something he wasn't. He wanted to be God, right? And that delusion, that lie came out of the devil, and thus Jesus called him the father of lies, that which lies come out of. Resistance. 2. Being, everything, is the body of the devil. It's the womb from which falsehoods emerge. For the truth is whole, the truth is one, the truth is complete. In and of itself. The truth depends on nothing, lacks nothing, withholds nothing. It is everything. For everything that is real. And if it isn't, it's not real, right? How simple this stuff is, but deep. And we can connect in silence. We can connect in stillness. And it's all right here. May you find it now. Namaste. Love you.